Now I gotta ride or die.
Welcome you all to the VR6 Corrado, a car that I have wanted to drive for years. So thank you so much to the owner for letting me take this out, and JW Auto Shine for sorting it out. Today we are going to tick one of the bucket list cars off of my list of cars I've always wanted to drive for the channel. But make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, but onwards to some glorious VR6 noises and some B-roads. As I do the window up and the window down on the way here to just listen to the car, it just sounds so good. So Golf-based VR6 Corrado, based on a Mark III Golf platform at the time, just shy of 190 horsepower, 186 brake horsepower, shifting this car at the time from 0 to 60 in 6.7 seconds. So not a bad shout. Obviously today's standards, everything's 4 seconds 0 to 60. Back then though, when this car came out, that is fast. That's fast for a Golf, which is what this is, just in a very, very pretty frock. The V6s in these VR6 Corrados, very narrow unit, displacing 2,861 cc, with two offset banks of cylinders at 15 degrees of one another. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is in a car like this, in my opinion. Back in '95, when this car came out, I bet it felt like a rocket ship. And considering the looks, this was a low-slung, low-roofed coupe of a Golf. It must have just felt so good back then, because in 2022, feels pretty amazing. But this is no normal VR6. This is a Storm edition, one of 250 blue ones. There was actually 500 in circulation. UK only car, this. And they came in a blue, mystic blue like this one, and the green. And I feel like the blue is the one. The blue is the VR6 blue, in my opinion. The Storm was a UK run out of the Corrado, so a limited edition last hurrah for this car. Apparently it's one of 17 left in the world that are in this colour, and one of 5 that are left on the road as we speak. And the Storm edition came with a few bits, red Storm badging around the car, so you've got one in here, one on the back. It came with BBS wheels, not the wheels that are on it today. It came with some factory VW BBS wheels, full leather interior. It's got heated seats as well, which is really, really cool. But interestingly, this is one of the 10% of Corrados that were ever made with aircon. Aircon was actually not put on by VW at the time. It was outsourced by a different company. When you bought one of these, it was actually sent somewhere else to get the AC unit made and fitted to the car. So we are driving a very, very rare car today. And again, a bucket list car for me all day long. This, I love the looks and the feel and the big engine, and it's just everything in one of these Corrados, let alone it being a special edition, let alone it being VR6. It just is the perfect package of mid-90s VW, this, in my opinion. And yes, you can manually put the spoiler up and down with the button just down here. And as you are giving this thing full beans down the road, there are shift lights. Of course there are shift lights. Follow on is the Scirocco, sort of, our newer generation. They didn't make a big engine though in the Scirocco, which is a huge shame. I'd love to have seen, you know, what was a Mark 5 R32 engine in a Scirocco. That'd be a shout. What is this car like to drive? Is it ticking the boxes for me? Seating position is actually low. It feels compact. It feels sort of special. It really feels special in an odd way. Front wheel drive with this 5-speed manual box. The throw is relatively big for, you know, what you would compare to newer standards these days, but it feels tight, it feels right. And at what, 142,000 miles this has got on it, it's super comfortable. There is lovely seats in this. I mean, I can't stress enough how nice the materials still are in here. And I know that sounds silly, but the door cards feel nice and they feel padded, and they've really taken their time. Again, with the seats, they've taken care when making this car way back in '95. And the engine is just sublime. Listen to it. Not to do too much talking, because that noise is the most addictive noise. You even get it at around, you know, say 2,000 RPM, there's a real pickup. Then at about 4.5 you'll get, you know, not necessarily a little bit more, but you'll get that real deep tone. Now this of course isn't standard because it's making some really lovely VR6 noises today. It's got a Ram air filter up front, a Miltech exhaust system with Shike manifold. Hope I've said that right. I probably haven't, but it feels OEM plus. It doesn't sound too loud, it doesn't sound overbearing, especially as you're cruising. Say we're, you know, drop it into fourth, just cruises, it's quiet, it's lovely in here. I know I've already said it, but it feels special in some weird way. Maybe it's me putting it on a pedestal, I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments below if you feel like the Corrado is special enough for me to harp on about it in this video. Just feel like it's just a lovely thing. This, it feels just so good. And now automakers are making electric this and hybrid that, and you're not getting this noise anymore at all. It just comes through an era where they were putting big engines in front of cars and it didn't matter. This was the norm, it was cool. And it's why I love the 90s and the 80s, 90s, you know, stuff like this. It's just an era that's never going to happen again. So I really appreciate driving this car today. You have no idea. It is, again, a bucket list car on my list of to drive, and I'd love to own one of these, I'll tell you. It is one of those cars where I'd really love to just delve into a few years of ownership on one, maybe even a little bit longer. But pricing, we're going to get onto pricing at the end of the video. This is 25 grand, this car. Yeah, 25 grand this car is. Have a look round. They are horrendously expensive. A normal VR6 is about 10, 15 for a nice one. This again is a very nice example of the Storm. And again, there's none of them. There's none left. They only did 250. So limited numbers are there, but yeah, not going to be shy of 30 grand very quickly, this car. So if you are up for buying one, get your wallet out, but you're going to get a hell of a car. I know this isn't really an ownership review in a sense. It's just a lovely day in a beautiful, well-built, powerful front-wheel drive Corrado. And I thoroughly enjoyed today in this car. I have not been this excited about a shoot in a very long time, and hopefully that comes across in the video, because my god, it just ticks all the boxes for me. As the VW lad I used to be way back in the day, this is ticking every single box. It really is. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like today's video, please give it a like. If you do have a car like this and you would let me shoot it for the channel, please hit me up on social medias, JamieFYD on all of them, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free and you get to see more content just like this. But as ever, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.